essentially tired of waiting. Why they didn't do this sooner, we haven't been able to get an answer to that question. But clearly something happened today that made them say, you know, enough is enough, and we're going to go ahead and push through because we know we can.
Well, and I'm going to give you a different answer to that question that Will just answered. The reason is they are now admitting that the entire argument they've been making until now, the Republicans that is false. F-A-L-S-E, false. They were saying the collective bargaining was central to the fiscal health of the state. They're now saying it isn't a fiscal issue at all, or else they couldn't pass it with this majority. So they can't have it both ways. Either it's a fiscal issue, in which case they need the supermajority for the quorum, or it's not a fiscal issue, and their argument for it falls apart entirely. So it seems to me they're rushing this through. They're going to lose the debate of public opinion. They've already lost it, but that's what's really going on here, and this is going to be a lot of screaming and shouting and a legal challenge as well in the days and weeks ahead, so it's going to be interesting to watch. Anyway, what do you anticipate out of the Assembly later tonight? Are they going to move this as fast as they can?
We just ran over, before we came out here, we ran over to the Assembly. We didn't see any action over there, so our impression is that at least legislatively we're done here for the night, and we imagine it will be taken up in the morning. So we're keeping tabs on that as quickly as we can. One interesting note, too, we got a statement from the Minority Leader, Mark Miller, who you probably heard about in the last 24, 48 hours, who Governor Walker has been criticizing heavily. He put out a statement saying that we look forward to joining the people of Wisconsin tomorrow to take up this fight again. We've been putting a lot of calls to a lot of these senators, haven't been able to get through so far tonight, but definitely giving the impression that perhaps these senators will be coming back to Wisconsin tomorrow.
That's interesting, Ed. So if they were to come back, would the rest of the Senate be able to call a meeting and say, okay, you weren't here yesterday, but let's vote on the whole thing? How does that work?
That's a good question. We're trying to figure out at this point just exactly what the legislative process is, since everything has been changed so dramatically here in the last few hours. But this has essentially been passed out as its own separate bill. So I don't know if you can come back and put it all together with the elements and the parts of the bill that had been stripped out and hadn't been voted on, or if that will have to remain its own bill and then try again. I'm sure the Democratic senators and the Republican senators are trying to figure out what the next step will be on those other parts of the bill that have been left out tonight.
All right, Ed, appreciate your reporting on this as these events are unfolding, and we'll get back to you, no doubt, in the days ahead to see this game as it continues. All right, thanks so much. And now we're going to go to Glenn Grothman, who is the Assistant Majority Leader in the Republican-controlled Senate out there in Wisconsin. We have him on the phone, I think, and hopefully he can explain to us